rise if you are able as we light the Shabbat candles.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kineshanu b'mitzvotav tzivanu lehadlikneh shel shalom. You may be seated. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharei, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei HaMalachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharei, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei HaMalachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei, Malachei, Malachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei, Malachei, Malachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. lechu neranena, lechu neranena, l'Adonai. Naria, naria, letzori sheinu, nekadma fanav l'todah. Naria, naria, letzori sheinu, bilmirot naria lo. Lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranena, l'Adonai. 40 שנה קוט מדור, ואומר אנטו אלבב, הם לא ידעו דרכי, אשר נשבעתי באפי, אם יבואון אל מנוחתי. We're on page 17. אור זרוע לצדיק, לצדיק, ולישראל שמחה, שמחה, 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 אור זרוע לצדיק, ולישראל שמחה, 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 אור זרוע לצדיק, לצדיק, ולישראל שמחה, שמחה, אור זרוע לצדיק, לצדיק, ולישראל שמחה, שמחה, אור זרוע לצדיק, ולישראל שמחה, שמחה, אור זרוע לצדיק, ולישראל שמחה, שמחה,
Right through the mask.
Romemu Adonai Eloheinu Romemu Romemu Adonai Eloheinu Romemu Adonai Eloheinu Romemu.
If you're at home, sing out.
Romemu Adonai Eloheinu Romemu Tachabu le arkot shove ish tachabu le arkot shove ki Page 20. I die die. Yeah da da die. Yeah da die 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 die. Yeah die 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 die. Yeah die 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 die. Yeah die 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 die. Yeah die 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 die.
We're just getting going here.
I know, you're getting warm here. It's getting good. It's good. It's getting good. One of the distinguishing features of our people, I think it's the principal reason why we've survived so long, is because at moments of true need, of true catastrophe, generations of geniuses would find each other. So in the first generation, first century, when the Holy Temple of Jerusalem is destroyed, you have in the very next generation a remarkable group of scholars who reinvent our faith, who reimagine what it means to be a Jew in the world, who reimagine where God is in the world, who reinvent all the institutions of Jewish life, and they give us, well, what we call Judaism, out of the religion of the Bible that came before. And at various points in history, you have this remarkable event. You have a catastrophe. And then in the next generation, a remarkable generation, a gathering of genius who has the ability to reimagine who we could be, what we could do, who God is in the world, and how we reach toward God. One of those moments takes place in the 16th century, the 1500s, 16th century. 1492, 800 years of Jewish life in Iberia and Spain ends. The Spanish government expels all the remaining Jews from Spain. A few of them stay as Marranos, as secret Jews. Many of them flee to the neighboring country of Portugal, where they lasted another 30 years and then were thrown out of Portugal. Many of them spread across the Mediterranean, to Italy, to Holland. But the most interesting group came to the land of Israel, and they migrated to the northern Israelite city of Tzfat, Safed, which at the time was a trading center for the Turkish government, for the Turkish people, and it was a trading center for fabrics. Wools would come from Turkey through Tzfat down on the Silk Road out to China, and silks would come from China through Tzfat into Europe. And Tzfat was the sort of hub of this trading nexus. And you have in those first decades of the 16th century, a remarkable group of thinkers, of philosophers, of poets. All of them are trying to answer one simple question: what now? After 800 years of marvelous Jewish civilization in Spain, what now? And not just what now, but why? Why did it come to an end? How could it have come to an end? What happened? What story can you tell which will give some order to a broken moment of history? And they begin to formulate new stories. We call them myths, new ideas, to try to understand this. And into their midst comes one remarkable young man. His name is Isaac Luria. He's sort of the Mozart of Jewish mysticism, because he only lived in Tzfat for 2.5 years. He died at the age of 36. But he completely revolutionizes Jewish life in 2.5 years. Didn't write a thing down. Everything was written by his students. And he comes up with this remarkable idea. He says, it's not that the world is somehow flawed or broken. God is broken. That there is this tremendous break in the divinity of the world, a tremendous break in the personality of God. And the part of God that is loving and kind and compassionate and giving and gentle has been broken off from the part of God which is powerful and creative and effective in the world. And that self-exile of the parts of God, that's the problem. And then Luria added one more thing to it, which is why I'm telling you all of this. He says, there's only one way to fix this. He says, you have to fix God. Now, how do you fix God? Well, you're in the image of God. You and I reflect divinity in the world. So first you have to fix it within yourself and fix it within your world. And then using the tools of the Torah, you have to fix God. Now, how do you fix God? So they started thinking of metaphors for this. And the best metaphor they came up with, you'll find on page 21. Because all this is a long introduction to this prayer. The metaphor is that the bride and the groom, just before the wedding, were forcibly separated. Just imagine that. Just this wedding, everyone's getting ready for a wedding, and somebody comes and kidnaps the bride. Sounds like a medieval fairy tale, right? It is. And the bride has been taken away to some terrifying castle, far away, guarded by demons and dragons. And the groom, he waits in his castle, waiting for his bride to come back. And there steps up a knight-errant, chivalrous knight, and he says, I will save the princess. I will go find her. He rides off on his horse, and he goes and he fights the demons, and he fights the dragons, and he fights the wizards and the witches, and he gets the girl, and he takes her out of the castle, and he puts her on the back of the horse, and he rides back. And as he's approaching the castle, she looks up and she sees her groom on the turret, on the tower. And she says, it's him. And he looks down and says, it's her. And the knight says, yes. And she says, but will he love me? I mean, what if he forgot who I am? And the groom is thinking, will she love me? Will she remember who I am? And the knight now realizes he has another role. He has to play matchmaker. He has to bring the two together. And he has to sing a song that will entice them to be one again. This is a big metaphor for reuniting divine compassion with divine power. Reuniting the parts of us that are kind with the parts of us that are strong. And that's what this poem is about. Look at page 21. Lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nikabela. Shabbat has come. The demons, the dragons are all been defeated. And now we can bring the kindness of the universe back together with the power of the universe. And it's our job to unite them together as one. As one. Oh, in case you missed it, there's all these secret mystical formulas in this prayer. For example, just in case you missed it, Lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nikabela. How many words? 7 words. 7th day of the week, right? And then every one of the verses has a sort of secret mystical meaning. I'll show you one verse before you leave so that you can go, ooh, turn to page 22. Look at the second to the last verse, right? Yamin u'smol tifrotzi ve'et Adonai taritzi al yad ish ben partzi v'nismecha v'nagila. Yamin u'smol tifrotzi. Left and right, let it spread. Ve'et Adonai taritzi, and God we shall exalt. Al yad ish ben partzi. On behalf or with the power of the man who is the son of Peretz, that's King David, who is the ancestor of the Messiah. V'nismecha v'nagila, and at that moment we'll be joyful. Oh, that sounds so simple, doesn't it? All right, here, let's figure out what it really means. You ready for this? Okay, ready? Let's have some fun. You ready? I want you to imagine a chart with all the days of the week written out. Got it? Now, we usually would write it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, right? I want you to move the chart so Shabbos is in the middle. Shabbos is in the middle, right? What day's on the left? Friday. What day's on the right? Sunday. Okay, ready? Yaminu smol tifrotzi. Yamin is to the right. What day's to the right? Friday. Whose holy day is Friday? The Muslims. Small, to the left. What day is to the left? Sunday. Whose holy day is Sunday? The Christians. Yamin usmol tifrotzi. Let God's glory and love embrace the Muslims, the Christians, and all of us. Ve'et Adonai taritzi, because at that moment when Muslims and Christians and Jews can all come together and recognize that we all have one God and have one Shabbos, whether you do it on Friday, Sunday, or Saturday, that's when God will be reunited and made whole again. Al yad ish ben partzi, but that's only going to happen when a Messiah can come, right? But we can imagine what that would be like. V'nismecha v'nagila. And so we're going to begin celebrating in advance. Every line of this poem has that kind of strange, interesting, mystical formulation, and it's all about making the broken parts of a world whole. Lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nikabela. Welcome to the great mystical marriage that makes the world whole.
Thank you, Rabbi. Brilliant, brilliant.
Lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nikabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nikabela. Shamor v'zachor b'diborecha ishmianu el hamiuchad. Adonai echad u'shemo echad. נקרב אליו. לא תבושי ולא תקרבי, מה תשתכחי ומה תרמי, אך יחסו אני עמי, ונכנתה עיר התהילה. לך דודי, לך כלה, בני שבת נקרב אליו. לך דודי, לך כלה, בני שבת נקרב אליו. ימין ושמאל תפרוצי, ואת אדוני תריצי. אל יריש בן פרצי, ונשמחה ונרגילה. לך דודי, לך כלה, בני שבת נקרב אליו. לך דודי, לך כלה, בני שבת נקרב אליו. בואי בשלום עטרת בלב, גם בשמחה ובצהלה. עם סגולה בואי חלם, בואי חלם. לך דודי, לך כלה, בני שבת נקרב אליו. לך דודי, לך כלה, בני שבת נקרב אליו. לך דודי, לך כלה, בני שבת נקרב אליו. לך דודי, לך כלה, בני שבת נקרב אליו.
Sit for a moment, and then we'll ask you to rise. Isn't there a famous book, Rise and Be Seated? I heard about that. Anyhow, this is a tune written by Jared. This is Jared Stein, everyone, in case you don't know Jared. Jared, tell us about this Baruch Hu.
Well, Shabbat Shalom. This Baruch Hu is written. Those of you who joined us Shabbat service last Saturday, we did this melody, and it was actually written by myself and the students I work with at D. Toledo High School. And we lead Tefillot together there. But this is a beautiful melody that starts with a nigun and a question, because the Baruch Hu sort of calls us to this moment. And as I learned from Rabbi Feinstein over a month ago, right, it was about this, it heralds back to the time when everybody might be in the middle of a marketplace and somebody calls out, "Hey, Baruch Hu, right, are you ready?" And everybody stops what they're doing and says, "Yes, it's time, I'm ready." And so let's join together as we ask that question and we respond, "Yes, I am ready." When am I ready? I'm ready today.
Good. And please rise.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready to say, "I am ready, I am ready, I am ready,
I am ready today. I lie, lie, ya la la la, ya la 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 la. Try that with the ya la la ya la 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 la. Ya la la ya la 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 ya la 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 la. Ya la la ya la 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 la. Adonai Hamborach Baruch Adonai Hamborach Leolam Vaed Yai Lai Lai Adonai Lai 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 Yai Lai Lai Adonai Lai Lai Lai. Try it with me. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready to say, I am ready, I am ready, I am ready, I am ready today. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready to say, I am ready, I am ready, I am ready, I am ready today. You may be seated. O Ma'avir Yom Mevi Laila, O Ma'avdil Ben Yom U'Bein Laila, Adonai Tzvahot Shemo, El Chai Mekayam Tamid Yimloch Aleinu Leolam Vaed, Baruch Atah Adonai Hamariv Haravim. Ahava Olam Beit Yisrael Amchavta Torah u'mitzvot Chukim u'mishpatim Otanu limadta Al kein Adonai Eloheinu Teshoveinu Nasiach v'chukecha v'nismach mirei Toratecha u'mitzvotecha le'olam ki hem chayenu ve'orech yameinu ve'orech yameinu. Tasir mimenu leolamim baruch atah Adonai ohev amo Yisrael.
Let's join together on page 30.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha
ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם להיות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך.
Please continue silently or join me on the top of page 31.
ויאמר אדוני אל משה לאמור, דבר אל בני ישראל ואמרת עליהם, ויעשו להם ציצית על כנפי בגדיהם לדורותם, ונתנו על ציצית הכנף בטיל תכלת, והיה לכם לציצית וראיתם אותו, וזכרתם את כל מצוות אדוני ועשיתם אותם, ולא תתורו אחרי לבבכם ואחרי עיניכם אשר אתם זונים אחריהם, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם, אמן. חזק ממנו ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל. השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום, העמידנו מלכנו לחיים, ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך, ותקננו בעצה טובה מלפניך, ושיהיה למען שמך. ושמור צאתנו ובואנו לחיים ולשלום מעתה ועד עולם ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך ברוך אתה אדוני הפורס סוכת שלום עלינו ועל כל עמו ישראל ועל ירושלים ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם בריתותם ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם בריתותם ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם בריתותם וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש שבת ויהי נפש שבת ויהי נפש ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם בריתותם ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם בריתותם יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבם ועלמא יברח חירותי וימליך מלכותי בחייכון וביומכון וחיי לכל בית ישראל בהגנה ובזמן קריב ויאמרו אמן יהי שמי רבא מבורך לעולם ועלמיה יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה שמי לקודשא בריחו לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה דמירן בעלמא ויאמרו Adonai os le'amo iten Adonai yevarech et amo 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 יתקרב גרשמי רבה בעלמא דברכנו וימליך מלכותי בחיי כל וביומכון וחיי כל בית ישראל בגלה ובזמן קריב האמרו יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם לעלמיה יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ינסה אוויר הדור ויתעלה ויתעלה שמי לקודשו ברכת המשירתה תושבר ונחמתה יאמירם ימה ואמרו תקבל סולון הור ורהון כל ישראל קודם אבן משמי ואמרו יהי שלמה רבה מן שמי וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו עושה שלום במרומה הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו Amen.
Please rise.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei beri hagafen Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kosho me'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron le'maaseh v'reshit ki hu yom techila le'mikra'e kodesh zecher litziat mitzrayim kivanu b'charta ve'otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kodshecha be'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh hashabbat
Amen.
Aleinu. Thank you, Rabbi.
Aleinu.
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 Aleinu. Aleinu. Aleinu l'shabeach la'adon hakol la'te'edu la'le'yotzer b'reshit shelo asanu kegoyei ha'aratzot v'lo zamanu kemishpechot ha'adama Aleinu Aleinu אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. לברך היה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ. ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei nechucha
Brichu.
brichu le'ela mikol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechamata v'amiran v'alma v'yimru amen.
Amen.
Yehei shloma rabba min shemaya v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen.
Amen.
Oseh shalom bin romav v'yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru
Amen.
Please be seated. Thank you for sharing your money tonight. You are the brave few who came out in the freezing cold in Southern California winter night when the temperature drops down to a frigid 66 degrees. And we put on snow tires and marches and brave the weather and come out here in order to pray God to enjoy this magnificent music. Thank you guys. You are something special.
Thank you, Rabbi. Thank you so much.
There's a rule here that the fewer the people on the show, the better you guys play.
There's some truth to that, actually, yeah.
Thank you. The only announcement tonight, besides that tomorrow morning is Torah study at 9 o'clock, and then tomorrow morning there's 3 different services you can come to. If you don't mind the weather, the main service will be here, a beautiful abundance of Leon Barak. The Neshama Minyan, the women's spiritual, uplifting, soul-searching, deep minyan in the Levine Community Center, and the library minyan, traditional and wonderful in the Shulmeister Chapel. Okay, so please come tomorrow morning, or if you don't come, tell your friends we're at the other minyan. That way people will think you were here. Okay? But that's how you leave tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon, we have a bar mitzvah online of a young man who's living in Boise, Idaho. He's still a member of our shul. Tomorrow night, a special event in the synagogue. Sunday night, the Camp Ramad dinner, and it goes on. It just goes on. But the most important thing is, tomorrow afternoon, Cantor Barron's new grandson will be named and left and Sarah, right? Can we tell everybody's name?
Not his Hebrew name, but yes, Seneca Nadav.
Seneca. Born on Hanukkah. So you can say Seneca.
Seneca, come light the menorah. I'm going to do that every year.
Seneca is grandson number 2.
That's great.
Right?
Yes, it is.
Grandson number 2, and Mark is here because the cast of the show.
Yes, so the show is in town. It's at the Dolby Theater in Hollywood, the big theater where they have the Oscars. It's called The Band's Visit. And Monday nights, whether you're a member or not, even though it says members only, you can come. Monday night in the main sanctuary, the band from The Band's Visit, which is actually on stage in the show, they're actors in the show, they're coming to perform here at VBS. And some of the actors, rumor has it, Sasson Gabay may be joining us on Monday night also. 7 o'clock, you got to sign up in advance, you need a vaccination. But please come for that. It's really going to be great. We have almost 300 reservations already. So that's the most people we've had here. Yes. It will be. So we'd like to finish tonight with a, well, why don't you describe what this is, Jared?
This is a klezmer tune. It's a freilach, which translates to joy. So it's a joyful song, which uses a Bulgarian rhythm, or at least the dancing rhythm of the Bulgar. And so I invite everybody to stand up and to
And clap.
if
Put
you're
your books down. Put
if
the
you're
books down.
moved to move a little bit to the joyful music, please do. And you can clap and sing along. We'll start with the doina. Shabbos! Shabbat Shalom!
Good Shabbos, everybody.
Oh.